Hey, movie fans! So, we got a flurry of DC news, and I was thinking about doing each individual topic as a video, because I was like, oh, I want to do a video on that, I want to do a video on that, and it all kind of just lumped together into an amorphous mass, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to talk about it all together, and of course I need to have my DC brethren, Josh. So, the first thing that we really wanted to just get off our chests and exuberation is Justice League is starting filming in April 11th to be more specific, but I think for me personally this was just really exciting, one, because Justice League's filming, we're getting a
Justice League!
We're getting a Justice League movie, and two, this came amidst internet rumor that had been circulating for some time that I personally never really bought into, that the Warner Brothers executives were very concerned over Batman v Superman and how it would do, that the test screenings weren't going particularly well, and thus they may have to delay Justice League a little bit in favor of more Ben Affleck Batman movies because audiences love Batman movies. I never really bought into that, once, because if it really was as bad as people made it out to be, they would have put the brakes on it a lot sooner.
Yeah.
They're too far in the development phase, and there really wasn't a base to this rumor.
It really wasn't.
I think if this movie does flop, it'll be because people wanted to hate it going into it. That's one of the main problems, I think. But I think for me, and probably for you, it's more or less just, yes! We've been waiting for Justice League for so long, and we're finally getting it, and to hear that they're filming in April.
Yes.
Josh, what do you make of this?
I'm excited. First of all, I did have that knee-jerk reaction of, yes! Finally! This is finally happening! And, I mean, with BVS right around the corner, I thought my year was going to be just okay with just the start of Deadpool in my year, but now it's that sudden realization, like, all these movies we've been waiting for that are coming out this year are coming out the year that I'm currently in. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, again, that knee-jerk reaction of, yes!
And so, we're just like, yes, we're getting a Justice League movie. It starts filming in April. And so, coupled with this announcement, about a day after that, Zack Snyder himself, the director of Justice League, tweets out a picture of himself with Jason Momoa, who's going to be playing Aquaman, which on the surface you're just like, yes, a set photo, they're together, it's happening. But there's a lot to dissect in this picture.
There is.
And a lot of people are just like, okay, yeah, there's the director and the future Aquaman, who's going to be awesome, by the way.
Yeah,
it's about time. Aquaman is not a joke anymore. And if you'd like to know more about Aquaman, you should check out my How It Could Work Aquaman video. Shameless plug. But if you look over Snyder's left shoulder, what a lot of people are making a big deal of, and myself included, you could see some costumes. You could see Flash's costume. You can see Aquaman's costume. You can actually see some other Easter eggs. Like, if you look at Aquaman's feet, there's what I assume to be a sketch of what Mera will probably look like. There's a picture of that. There's a boot that you think belongs to Green Arrow.
I'm really hoping.
I think it's too soon.
I think it is. When it comes down to it, I know that it's too soon. But in the back of my head, my hope of all hopes is that we're gonna get a Green Lantern out of nowhere and a Green Arrow out of nowhere, and all of a sudden they're just going like, Green Arrow, guys! And we're gonna be like, okay, give me more, please.
The only thing you're gonna get out of nowhere is an RKO. But the big mystery for me personally is next to the Aquaman suit and the Flash suit, there's this slick black suit. So we'll take a stab at it. Josh, what do you think this black suit is?
I had several knee-jerk reactions to that suit. First of all, it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool-looking suit.
It's just
But what is it?
Black.
And so my next knee-jerk reaction was, okay, then who is it? And I started going down the lists of people that I would, think it, obviously, who we would think it is. First knee-jerk reaction was either Nightwing or Black Manta. And I'm leaning towards Black Manta, simply because it's a Justice League movie.
Nightwing's a member of Justice League!
I understand that, but not at the beginning.
I think that costume is not finished, and it has not been touched up with digital, and I think it's basically a body mold for Ray Fisher's Cyborg.
Okay. I didn't think of that because it's like you said, it hasn't been touched up.
It's just a suit.
Yeah, it's just the silver and the black, and that's all it is. And Honestly, if that's all it is, then yeah, it's probably more something.
I could see it being the base.
Yeah,
like
I can
what,
see that.
Robert Downey Jr. would wear for Iron Man.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Like they're still
It
adding
also-
to it, and maybe some digital stuff will be on top of it.
Yeah, it depends on how much they add to it. I think is the big throw off for me was that only
It was
reason
sheer black, and
it's sheer black and there's no white or I mean there's silver, but it's like a dark metallic, not like a white silver.
Well, like, it's pure speculation at this point, but we do know that Cyborg will be in this Justice League in this universe, which I think is a great move.
Yes.
So there's also something else that came out from the world of DC. They've been on a just flurry of news.
They're on a roll!
To hype up Batman v Superman, and I think, admittedly, to try and catch some of Deadpool's press, if we're being perfectly honest. Batman v Superman... The theatrical version of this movie, when it comes out in March, will be PG-13. No surprise. There are a lot of movies, a lot of superhero movies these days are PG-13. However, there will be an Ultimate Edition when it comes on DVD and Blu-ray that will have an R rating by the MPAA. This does, but doesn't come as a shock to me. It does primarily because a lot of superhero movies are PG-13.
Yeah.
It doesn't to me because Snyder's superhero movies are R. But Snyder's other superhero comic book movies, like 300, and I'm gonna lump Sucker Punch into there because
I'm okay with that.
It looks like a comic book.
It really does.
Those are all R-rated movies. I think Sucker Punch is R at least. He's got more of his style leans more towards R.
It just makes more sense.
And Batman v Superman is gonna take a lot of elements from Dark Knight Returns, the classic comic book written by Frank Miller, which in and of itself is an R-rated story.
It is.
And so, I think what's interesting is the R rating, one, comes after some of the success of Deadpool, which may factor into that, and two, it's for violence. It's like, I think it's just some scenes that are cut from Batman and Superman fighting, which, to be fair, Avengers actually cut some stuff out to avoid an R rating, if you didn't know. Like, the whole scene with Coulson originally was very different.
Honestly, when it comes to this, I'm not surprised at all. I don't think, actually, that has anything to do with the success of Deadpool. I think it is, because Zack Snyder is traditionally an R-rated kind of director. And I think, I've read somewhere that, maybe it's not just for the violence. I mean, it is for the violence, but maybe it's for some extended flashback scenes. Maybe it's for some, because if you have Batman, flashbacks, maybe it's like, all these different elements that would push the story even more, but because they want to save those moments for people who are passionate about the movie, they'll put that in the director's cut, and not for the theatrical release. See, I don't think it's coming off of the Deadpool success, simply because it's a different kind of movie, different kind of universe, different kind of story than what a Deadpool is.
And I could probably speak for both of us when I say this, but I don't really think this opens the door for R-rated DC movies. I think this is like Zack Snyder has a propensity for R, so if you want R, when you get the DVD, you can watch either version.
And I think that's what this is saying.
There's a lot of movies that come out with extended cuts. X-Men is famous for doing that. Multiple movies of theirs have done that.
Didn't The Wolverine have an
R-rated
R-rated director's cut?
Yep.
And I still need to see that, because apparently there's
the end scene alone is worth it.
Apparently that you see the costume, and I'm really hoping that they don't just go, the costume, and then never see it again.
So what do you guys think about this DC news? Do you like it? Do you care? Let us know in the comments below. Are you excited for a Justice League movie, or are you going to stick more with Avengers for a little bit? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you've seen and want to see more, subscribe to the channel. Oh wait, we have another shameless plug.
What?
Josh, do tell.
I have finally, after lots of trouble with technology and timing and homework and all this stuff, have finally been able to put together my own YouTube channel. And I've just recently, what was it, today when we filmed this, posted the video. And I would encourage you guys to go check it out.
I'll put a link in the description below so you can find it. It's called The McNeely Show. Stay sharp, movie guys and gals.